Wow, OFC looper table, incredible. Master one, master one, master one, master one. Alright. One on fell asleep. Gonna make it for his game, but thankfully for him, another one is awake. So they swapped. Hopefully he's available for nighttime, otherwise he'll have to Grinch, which is unfortunate because I like Reina. I want to see her do good. In any case, we have an interesting table. Sawako, Kana, Nana, and Hana. Kana, Nana, and Hana, I see. Waifu already starting with 2 fast Yahweh pawns. Hakuton, Hunitsu. Instantly drops Adora, doesn't even care about it. Bertewa has a decent hand. Mentum Pin, he's not that far off, he has a lot of acceptance. Now Plain wants someone that code to win, so that's Waifu, that's good for him. he wants to not win cheap hands. There's no adepts in the tables. He only has one negative perk. And he wants to instantly reach it. So he's basically Anju's perk, but a bit easier because you don't have to wait one turn. So let's see how he does. Wheat, on the other hand, already discarded the Akadora, so now he can Dama. The problem is all the characters in the table are underage. I think they're like 017 exactly, unfortunately for Wheat. So if he wants to run, it will have to be less than 5 Han. Which is, if he Damas, that should be a big portion of his hands anyway. But if it is more than a Mangan, he would need to Tsumo. Tenpai for Bertewa. Instantly reaches, does not wait for a better weight even though there's so much more acceptance. His hand can improve so much, he chooses to go tanky on 3-pin? I don't think I agree with that. I think you can wait a bit, even as dealer. I mean, look at that, he instantly got an improvement. Right? I don't know, this hand is a bit difficult to decipher. But in any case, looks like Waifu is folding after that Richi. He could not break any Patsu. Ooh, maybe he's pushing again, but he needs... No, he's keeping the Dora. I guess 2 Dora is the same value as Hunitsu, so it's fine. Especially if he goes Toito, it can even be more valuable by getting Dora-san. In any case, he has 3 Yakuhai Ponto already. Pretty scary for the other players. Drops the Dora. I guess 6-pin looks even more dangerous. Tenpai. Hakuton Pei. And Tsumo on the tanky for Bertewa. Richi Tsumo Nomi. 1 Ura. Not a bad hand to start off with. Wait, look at that. Hunitsu hand maybe? In any case, he instantly drops the Dora. So he'll probably want something to Damaten with. Bertewa could go for Tanyao here if he wants to rush to get to Tenpai faster than last turn. Plain Tenpai. Takame for Sanshiko and Iman. Otherwise he just Richidora. There's only... No, Iman is dead. No, there is 1 Iman left in the bow. And 2 4-mans. I think everybody will fold, so probably no one will drop it. Here comes the last Iman, but they were hard folding. So he shouldn't be dealing in. Only 2 4-mans left. Nice draw for Waifu, but that 1 man in his hand is starting to fold a little bit if he decides to push that. And dealing in, like, with the Iman would be quite painful. That's Richi Sanshiko Dora. Basically a fake Mangan. Bratewa deals in. Oh no, the greed. Quite unfortunate for Berteva. Playing with another decent hand. Wheat, though, has better shapes, I would say. Waifu is also pretty fast. Wheat also already discarded the Aka, so he can go for Damoten again. The problem is Wheat has not even got into Tempa yet once. Waifu could also go for Cheeto Itanyao. At the very least, he is going for Tanyao, which is why he's instantly discarding all the terminals that he's drawing. Okay, Wheat getting closer to Tenpai. He can go for Tanyao Damoten. Unless he draws the 8-so. Ooh, perfect draw. Now he can accept 8-so. Irichi! Did he read what his character does? Why would you Irichi that? Just take the Otozuke. 9-pin is twice discarded anyways. Oh my god, why would you Irichi that? Oh, why would you ever Irichi that? You're throwing away 3 points. That's so retarded. Oikaki from Waifu, Cheeto Tanyao. Wait, Kuntuman, 1 left in the wall. And Tsumo! You know, I think Damat and Tsumo also counts for your perk. The Rich did shit. It basically did nothing. Why the fuck would you Richie that? Oh my god, that's such a bad Richie. You know, I was thinking he's reading his character because he's discarding the Dora, he's discarding the red 5s. Does he not know what Kuitan Nashi is? Did he think like, because he only has Tanyao, but he had Pinfo as well, but if you have Tanyao closed as your only Yaku, it's fine, it works. It just needs to not be open. Kuitan Nashi still allows Tanyao, but only as a closed Yaku. I mean, even as an open Yaku, it also counts, so you just need to have something else. Oh, that's very bad. In any case, Plane has a very nice Tanyao going on for him now. Maybe even Ipeiku, maybe even Pinfu. Waifu, also very nice hand. He can probably keep it Menzen. Get the Richie off. Bertewa has too many blocks, and unfortunately there are 2 Kanchans, 2 pairs. Not looking too great. With discarding all the Dora, look, you only need to discard 1 Dora for your perk to be active, then you can keep the Dora. Playing Swanku Ishanten, by the way. Do not cheat, okay. Okay, Pinfu. At least this time he damas. He realized he shouldn't be reaching. Do not reach. Do not reach. Okay. Improving for Tanyao for some extra points. That's fine. He just needs 6 man. Tenpai for Bertewa. Reach. Do not chase. Stay dama. Stay dama. Stay dama. Stay dama. Okay. We does not know, but his weight is all basically in Plane's hand. And 1 in Whis hand, and he's not dropping that 8-pin for sure. Oh, Tanyao improvement. Do not Richie. Why? What? I guess 6-1 is Gimbutsu, is fine. Waifu deals into the Damaten because his game boots against the Richie, and that's like what, plus 10? Beautiful. Pinfo Nomi. Very nice for wheat. Thankfully for Waifu, he did not deal in with the Souzu tiles, he's not that bad. Wheat instantly discarding the Dora. Plane has a difficult hand. Waifu decides to just straight up open for a Hakuton again. Wheat decides to discard both of his Doras. I guess it makes sense. He doesn't want to. First, he doesn't want to keep too many Doras because he wants to discard one for sure. But on the other hand, if he has too many, the hand might become too expensive. He won't be able to run anyone. So actually keeping your hand cheap is not a bad idea. Looks like Waifu is going for Kunitsu on the other hand with all these honors. He just needs to drop the red 5. Doesn't do it just yet. Playing keeping all the other honors to later feed Waifu. Have a big pawn exchange. Wheat could have Sananku for his Damaten Yaku. Sananku wait on Ryamen. And it's a good Yaku to Dama anyway because you can get Suanku later on. Now, if he draws one of his spares, he really needs to discard one of the Ryamens. I hope he realizes that. Ooh, nice draw for Waifu. Completes his Penchan. Decides to keep the red 5 over the Kunitsu. Bratewa could switch to Chitoi here. He does. Chitoi Tanyao. Plain, maybe going for Kukushi, but it's kind of grim at this point. Chitoi on Roto though seems a bit more plausible. Oh, it's fucking discarded one of his pairs. No, what's your Dama Tenyaku? What's your Yaku if you want to Dama? Or don't tell me you're gonna fucking Kirichi like an idiot again. For more acceptance. Can! Oh, he doesn't take it. But Chi for Waifu, Tenpai, Yaku Haidora. Diwin Tao for Plane. But he's going for Chitoi on Roto, so he should be keeping that. Oh, look at that! Look at that! What happened? Oh no, that's his second 8-pin. I thought he drew it. I was about to go in very mad. He didn't even get Tenpai by the end. Okay, Plains Dior turn. Very good hand. Tanyao, Dora-san. Can very easily open. With fusing the Kanchan. Could go for Pinfu. Waifu's hand is too slow to really compete with Plain or Wheat. So is Bratewa. I mean, Bratewa is better, but still. I don't think he's winning over Plain. Gone! No, he doesn't take it. I mean, Waifu is drawing quite good. But Wheat is already Ishan 10. So is Plain. Tenpai. No Yaku though. Yeah, he actually rejects Tenpai to chase the Nyao as a Damaten potential Yaku. Instead of hoping to draw into Okay, that's a Kantan Tenpai, but again, that's no Yaku. Unless he reaches. He takes it for now. I mean, he just needs to draw something around the 6. And he can Dama. And if he just draws... If he just Tsumos, you just take the Tsumotomi. It still counts as a Damaten win. Unless the perk specifically says Ron. Speaking of Ron, waifu deals in Tanyao Dora-san as dealer. Another very painful hand to deal in. Playing in the lead right now. I mean, last time he was able to make it just by winning a shit ton of points. His perks really did not matter that much. Let's see if he can pull it off again with Kana. Also, now that playing is Dior, he has more possibilities to win hands, since Kana's restriction comes from score, doesn't come from hand. And being Dior, getting all these Renchan sticks as well, increases the value of his hands quite a bit. So he can even go for cheaper hands and still be enough to not get negative Uma. Waifu though is drawing quite nicely, doesn't can the Hatsu, but as Tenpai instantly reaches on the Kanchan, reach Katsudora. 2 7s left in the wall, and it seems like everybody has the possibility to drop the 7. Playing will probably try to fold here, he has no reason to push, but he decided to discard 9s over Genbutsu. So it looks like he's mawashing for now, before deciding to full fold. Bratewa, the same boat as well, dealing tower for wheat. He can accept it for now. He decides to push as part of Ariankan, but if he draws 4-man, he might deal in if he decides to push. Bratewa is also getting baited by the boat to push, but with that 6-7 shape, he shouldn't have a reason to be pushing the 7-man. K-Wheat getting closer to Tanyao. Playing also a nice draw. He can push the pay. No, doesn't take it. Guess he doesn't change his acceptance that much. Is pay dangerous? He's once discarded. I think he's fine enough. But here comes the another pay. With drops it makes it Genbutsu, so playing can drop it as well, but no. He's waiting to draw a more dangerous style. He just folds. And that's still 4 combo and 1 rich stick on the table. 5 combo. Bratewa instantly opens. Okay. That's a risky play. He now needs to win this hand. Let's see how confident he is in that. The only one that contests him for speed is Waifu, or maybe Plane if he pawns the Hatsu, but until then Plane is quite slow, his shapes are not that good. Waifu though has decent shapes, also has a Yakuhei pair, so he can afford to open. Ooh, Waifu is Reanshanten already. Very dangerous for Bratewa. Bertewa is Ishanten though, so he's slightly faster. And Waifu will probably drop the 3 swords on point feeding Bertewa for his non-Nomi. She doesn't take Tenpai. He's going for Toy Toy. I see. That means he's going to risk it even more because it actually his negative stacks up for each call in a hand that he does not win. So the more he calls, the riskier it gets. And going for Toy Toy with his current hand, not only does he slow him down, but also will most likely require another call. And now Waifu gets to Tenpai before him. And it also does not give him a chance to pawn formal because now that would be a D-win. So he has one less out to call. Oh, but he does get into Tenpai. Atamahane will go to Bertewa if the Foreman comes out. But he just Tsumos! Nice! Non-Tsumo Toy Toy. It's non-Toy Toy. Sananko actually, as well, because of the Tsumo. Very nice. The risk paid off. Now Waifu is very far behind. Pretty much all the other players are around 30,000 points. Plane instantly opens for Shahaku. And he draws a Haku Anku right after that. He can go Hunitsu now as well. Because he needs to avoid winning cheap hands, and Haku Shahu Nitsu is expensive enough. Bertewa though has a very nice hand as dealer. Tanyao Dora, decent shapes. Could get Ipeiku as well. Plane one step closer to Tenpai Ishanten now. Wheat is eating, seemingly. The Winter oh no, that's Sumo. He just decided, the one time he decided to not instantly reach his Kanchan, he Tsumos. Will he Furitin reach though? He does not have a Samenchan, so it will be just a Ramen. It's probably not worth it. If you have a Samenchan, it might be worth to Furitin Sumo, Furitin reach, but at this point he just takes the Tsumodora. Stealing Bertewa's good dealer hand. Now Bertewa does not have any dealer turns left, but he's still close to first that he doesn't really need a dealer turn to save him. Wait, very close to Tenpai. He needs to draw the Penchan ideally so he get Pinfu. Otherwise he's in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have the Nyao. And Penchan does not give him Pinfu. Oh, he's using the Penchan, Pinfu Nomi. He has not discarded the Dora yet though. So this Damaten does not do much for him. He's hoping to draw a red 5 maybe. Nice draw for Bertewa. He can go either Chito or Ipeiku. Plain hoarding Divine Tiles. Bertewa could actually even go Swank. Finally we discuss the Dora. Now winning that Dama is actually worth something, even though the 6-0 is 200 improvement. Tsumo, Pinfu Tsumo, It's like 1-5 dealer, maybe 2-1, but or 2-4, something like that. But I'm pretty sure that still counts for his perk. So that's a very nice sumo. Now it's Weed's dealer turn. He's very close to first with 2 Dama wins after Dora. He should be very much positive in the gaming department as well. I'm not sure if he dealt in. He has not dealt in yet, so that should be even more Uma if he's able to keep it that way. At this point, he should be probably just folding against any obvious tempais. Because dealing in is basically the equivalent of losing 15 Uma at this point. Tempai for playing, Nandor too. Now Wheat will deal in if he decides to push his hand. Will he realize that he needs to fold? It doesn't look like he's playing it safe. So he's just hoping for playing to win first. But now there's a reach on the table. He might play it extra safe. Start folding. Playing the Rig Tipatsu. He'll have to deal it. Yep. Richi Ipatsu Pinfu. 1 Ura. Fake Mangan. And that puts Plane to third, Berteo into first. Plane's dealer turn though. If Berteo is able to stop that, he should be in a very nice first place. His hand was also more expensive than Wheat's last hand, so that should be extra points for that as well. So Berteo is looking good, Wheat is looking good. Plane probably needs to get first to be looking good, and Waifu is looking grim. But Waifu does have the last dealer. If he can get infinite range chance, he just needs to win 3 hands in a row. Get some extra points that way. Plane could go for Chito now. Chito Ishanten. Or even Riampeiko. Depending on what he draws. In any case, he gets rid of the Kanchan for now. Ooh, interesting draw. What do you do here? Probably drop the red 5. Wait more draws to figure out maybe it's Swanko, maybe it's Toy Toy, Chun. Does not take it. He decides to keep the 5 man. Interesting. I guess he needs the value. Oh, but he misses a second Anko. No. I mean, that's Tempai, but he's just Chun Nomi. I guess he Chun's an Anko on Tsumo. Or Chun is dead anyway. Ooh, quite unfortunate. Should have taken the 6, so would have been Swanko Ishanten right now. Ooh, the wall gives him a second chance. He takes it, obviously. Swanko Ishanten. 5 so is dead, or Chun is dead, so Swanko is dead. But he can always go for Toy Toy. Berteo's hand is quite swole. His shapes are awkward. Wheat, on the other hand, is looking okay. He doesn't have a Yaku for a Damaten, but at this point even a Richi will do just to try to steal first. Waifu, on the other hand, his hand is looking very nice. But the problem is it's not really enough. Maybe he just wants to win to move the dealer to his side. Okay, nice draw for Wheat. He can drop the Emas now, go for Tanyao maybe. Drops 4 mana actually. Interesting. Finally, Tenpai for Bertewa decides to Dama Pinfu. He's in first, there's not many discards left, so it's a fine enough reach, Dama. The other hand, Waifu needs the points, so he instantly reaches. Reach Pinfu for him as well. No Ipatsumo. No Rikipatsu from the other players. Wheat might deal in the Ipin though. But looks like he's folding, so it's unlikely. Yeah, he draws Gimbutsu for... actually, Tony's not Gimbutsu. Playing, folding as well, and that would be Ryukuku. With Bertewa into Tenpai, and Waifu, time for his dealer turn. Bertewa being very happy now, he wants to end the game as soon as possible, but that Haipai doesn't really allow him that. With, if he draws the Haku, he will have a very nice hand, especially after discarding the red 5 instantly. Plane is getting there as well, but he'll need to complete this hand mentioned. I think Wheat does not understand his gimmick well now. He just discards all the Doras. I think he can get it for at least one Dora. I don't think it will reach Mangan anyway. Wife on the other hand, he's dealer. His hand is not bad. The question is, will it be fast enough compared to the rest? Wheat, I mean, he's drawing spectacularly. At this point, he might drop the Haku, go for Pinfu. And the Pinfu Nomi would be deadly at this point. He opens... I don't agree with that. Haku Nomi is so trash, at least get the Dama value from your gimmick. Just for second place. Second is not good in this tournament. It's first place except in Suma. So you either go for first or you go for your gimmick. Make some points that way. Waifu getting a bit closer now. Ishanten. Khan! He's waiting for Rinshan, I guess. Waifu Tenpai. Rikti pass for Bertewa, unfortunately. Wait, skips Khan! Oh my god. Playing Oikake for Richie Ipeiku, potentially Tanyao on 4-pin. Ooh, Dewin Tao from Waifu, quite unfortunate. But play might just skip, because I don't think that's enough points. No, with 3 Richie sticks on the table, it's enough. Does he know sticks count though? Seems like he does take it. Richie Peiku 2-6, but with the Richie 6, it's 5-9, which is above the threshold. Gets second place. And let's see where he's standing. With exactly 0 points third. Nice first game for Bretella. The detectives might just make it until the end for once in their life. Now let's see how well they did with gimmicks. Let's just start the next game real quick. Ooh, wait! Insane amount of gimmick points. Basically, first place Uma, 35. With being a random, that's 40 in total. Bertewa also not bad at all, 20. Both Plane and Waifu ended up, actually no, Plane did end up with 6 positive. Being random, that's 11. And Waifu with exactly 0. He did not break any patsus, he didn't deal with any Sozo tiles. He just didn't really do anything the whole game. So currently Berteo is in the wheat with 55, Wheat in second with 40, Plane in third with 16, and Waifu in last with minus 40 points. Let's see if any of them, any of the underdogs will be able to make it up. This time Waifu is the first dealer. Okay, game is starting. Waifu has a nice hand. So the sweet. Ooh, now it's very nice. He gets Ipeiku, which is Yaku he can damo with. He already discarded the red 5, so that's good for him. Berteo is also not looking too bad. Berteo's job here should be just not get last place. And he should be able to make it for the semifinals. Playing is kind of slow. Ideally he wants to reach E, because that's basically 3 points. Bertella looks like he can be going for Hunitsu or Chitoi. Waifu has been progressing towards the Nyao Ishanten, yeah, the Nyao Ishanten. Wait is also Ishanten, but he will not get his Ipeiko. Actually, no, he can get the Ipeiko and go for a tanky weight. That's a possibility. Nice roll for playing. Okay, Waifu Chiten, Atuzuke, Tanyao 2. Cupini though is twice discarded, so it shouldn't be coming out. Here it is. Now there are no more 9s left for Furiten. With Tenpai, very nice. Damaten on the Penchan, dealing tower for playing though. Most probably would drop it, yep. Tanyao 2 as dealer, nice start for Waifu. But they have very shiny hand. He would probably, oh my god, Doraemon. He would probably love to open that, but it would be quite risky. Especially if he goes for Suzuki, since the Chun is actually dead in Plane's hand, who also has the other two Dora as well. So both of them want to open their shiny hands, both of them cannot. Waifu looks like he can go for Chito Itanyao again. Wheat, on the other hand, could be cooking up Pinfu or Tanyao. They're both. Unfortunately for him, pretty much all of the Doras are used up. He can only draw the red 5, Manzu, for his perk to drop. But in any case, Wife is faster anyway. Tenpai, Tanyao Dora waiting on the 7-man Kanchan, which no one is really dropping, at least not the first one. Actually, Plane might drop the 7-man, but they will probably keep it because it gives him a chance to switch to Chitoi. Plane might drop it even... well, not yet, he needs to drop the Dora now. He decides to greed for it, to keep it. Hoping to pawn the Chun, not knowing that the Chun is dead. Improvement for Waifu Atuzuki now. But he also gets the 4 that he can win off of. Ooh, okay. No! Furiten, it's over. He can only summon now. Berteo finally drops the tune, deciding to go for Tanyao Dorayon instead, feeding Plain the tune for his tune Dora 2. Gets him into Tenpai, greeting turned out to be correct. 6-0 Kanchan. Can switch to 4-0, but that's Furiten. Berteo has been stuck with the shiny hand since Hypie. He's not been able to change it. Waifu able to change his weight to a Shampoo. Avoid the Furiten now. But his weight is pretty dead and deals into Plane just before the whole Teitao. Chundoro 2. Okay, very nice Hypie for Wheat. Does not have a Damaten Yaku though, unfortunately. But I'm sure he can figure something out. Nice, he gets to drop the 5-pin as well early. So now he should be looking for a Damaten Yaku. Plane recovers the loss from earlier, pretty much. Maybe he can go for Rich Pinfu. Not sure if that would be enough in points though, he needs something more. Maybe greed for Ripeiko or Tanyao. Looks like he's greeding for Tanyao. Recon Berteo has a very nice hand. Two completed shapes already. Ariamen, he's basically Ishan 10, could end up on Dora Tanki, he does. Dama, Haku Dora 2. Maybe wait one turn for Ripeiko improvement in Richi. No, looks like he'll be Damaten until the end. Doesn't believe he'll sumo on it, and he believes no one will push the Dora unless he Damas, and here it is. Very fast. Hakudora 2. Basically skips over with viewer turn, but Plane deals in even more. He didn't even feed Bertewa, so it's not even a good deal for him. Bertewa again started with an Naoko Vayakukai Tom this time. Completed Mentsu, a Kanchan, two other Kanchans, not bad at all. Plane is also not looking too bad, but compared to Bertewa, his dealer turn might be in danger. So is Waifu's hand dangerous for Plane. Could end up with a very fast Pinfu. Wheat is okay, but compared to the rest, nothing above the average. Nice draw for Waifu, Ishanten now, and that's perfect Ishanten as well. Which ramen will he choose? The 2-3 or 6-7? Chooses the 2-3. Plane moving forward a bit. Inshanten, Bertewa as well has reached Ishanten at some point. Kanchan Ramen that he needs to feel. Wheat could. He already started Dora, so that's fine for him. He could get a nice Damaten Pinfu going on. He needs to fill in the 7th pin for the Penchan though to confirm Pinfu, but he could also get Sanshoku with a 7-8-9. So he really needs the 7th pin, but even if he doesn't get it, if he gets Kyuman, that's a Damaten Yaku anyway. Bertewa, by the way, with an Ankan of the Ton now, Hopefully he's waiting to Khan and not waiting for a safe tile. Maybe he's just waiting for Tenpai, Khan into Rinshan, Don Rinshan Dora. Tenpai for playing. Now is the time to Khan, not because of the Tenpai, but because that 2-man draw. He decides to use the Ton as a safe tile though, which I disapprove of, but it's fine, he needs to avoid 4 plays. Playing Ricci, instantly Ricci, he cannot wait for improvements, so it's a Ricci Dora. As dealer should be enough to avoid the penalty, especially with the Ricci stick. But they are hard folding with the 4 tones, not taking any chances. Wheat also got it to Tenpai, unfortunately no Sanshoku. But if he draws 6 spin, he'll be able to get it. At the very least, he's keeping Kaiten for now. So it's Suji. But he still feels it's too dangerous for him, and it doesn't matter because playing Tsumos on the last one. Richidora, Tsumo, Ura for Oyaman. Again, making up some of the points he lost earlier. Berteo has a very nice and fast Nyao here. He might just even open it. It looks good enough. Wheat could be going for another Pinfu, could be going for another Sanshoku, but it's far off in any direction. Playing also is a bit awkward. Waifu cannot really open, so he's hoping to draw into Tenpai. So Berteo has the highest chances of winning here. Nice draw for Wheat. Interesting draw for playing. He's thinking which shape to drop. Decides to confirm his pair. And he completes another shape, drops the Kanchan. Could get E2 at this pace. Nice draw. Careless is good here, he can get Samentan quite easily. And Ishan 10 for playing now, Doro 2. Meanwhile, Bertewa has progressed out of Tanyao into just Pinfu. Wheat, on the other hand, maybe progressing towards Peiko and Pinfu, his Dama Yaku, though he has not drawn any Doras yet to make it work his perk. That's Tenpai for playing Tanki. He chooses the Kanchan over the Tanki. He needs to instantly reach it. He cannot wait for an improvement. And I think Ipin Tanki would have been better there. If you're going to be choosing one. Oh, never fucking mind. Richi Patsumo, Doro 2. Another Oyaman. And playing, making up some points. Trying to secure his place in the semifinals. Very fast tempo for Bratella. Looks like a rich pinful, but that's good enough for what he's looking for right now. Wheat should be hard folding here. No reason to push this count. It's too far away, and he really wants to know the win, if possible. Plain also wants to keep first place, so he should also be folding. Waifu is the only one that has an incentive to push, being that he has a lot of points to make up. Plain looks like he's going for Mawashi. He ran out of safe tiles. Not like Bratel is replicating good Genbutsu. It's all just honors that nobody else is having. So they don't have choice but to try to Mawashi, try to push a bit. Plain, that's Ishan 10. He'll need to drop the 2-man though, which could be fairly dangerous with that Iman Ricci. Yeah, it seems like Waifu is folding. Nice draw for Plain, but he's hard a 7-man, so that would be Fury 10 if he takes it, but he cannot really drop the Dora, especially against Protewa. Okay, another nice draw, but he needs to push 6-0 now, another dangerous style. Decides to do it, passes. Ishan 10 for Plain now. 6-0 is Genbutsu. Still has not pushed the 2-man. Ooh, now that's a risky tile. It's a terminal, so he'll probably deal with it if he continues pushing. Not like he has any Genbutsu to rely on. He realizes that's a very dangerous style. Like, he thought a while about it, but he doesn't have anything safer to drop, so he deals in. Thankfully for him, it's just a cheap HP info. Wait, starting with 2 Akadoras drops him instantly, and he has 2 Doras for value anyway. Nice draw for Wheat. Maybe ideally he draws a Chun, being his Yaku. Otherwise, he doesn't really have anything. I guess he can go out to Zuki on the Chun, but that's also unlikely since Chun is his only pair. Maybe he will have to just discard the Chun to confront Pinfu later on down the line. Maybe even Tanyao. I think he should be dropping Chun now. Keep the 3-so, gives him the most acceptance. He does not think about the future though. The rest of the players are kind of slow. Waifu is the other fast player. Be getting Sanshiku, Mentampin. He's very draw dependent. Wheat decides to maximize his efficiency, but again, he'll have no Yaku. But he just draws the Chun. Masterfully done. Which pair will he keep though? The 6-so Ariamen or the 4-man Ariamen? Looks like he's going for the 4-man Ariamen. And that's Ishan 10. Tenpai. Chun Dora 2. Very devious Dama is also just cheap enough to not be a Mangan, so he can run without any worries. And both the E-man and the 4-man look like tiles that anybody can drop, even plain. Waifu goes at the mechanic for 4-man, does go to Waifu, but 4-man is dead in each other's hands. Neither of them is dropping it. Actually, Waifu could drop it if he draws like 5-man. but instead Plane draws the Dewin Tau and deals into a very hefty Chundor too. With making up some points, escaping class plays. Waifu in last, yet again, not the position he wants to be in. This is his last Dewer turn, he has to make up some points, but that's the worst thing he can see. His high pie is all over the place and he sees an opponent already pawning a Yakuhai, implying that he's way faster. Here comes the second Yakuhai for Bertella. Ishanten now. Nice draw for Waifu, but at this point it might be too late. Like even Wheat is faster than him. Might steal Bertella's win under his nose with the Pinfu. It's not Pinfu anymore. He doesn't have a Dora discarded anyway. So maybe it's worth it to just Ricci, make up some points. Plane shapes are also a bit awkward. Nice draw for Bertella. Improves his Ishanten. Ooh, he keeps Cupin over Foreman? I don't agree with that. I think you instantly drop 9 pin and Foreman is so much better, he can end up in a Summon-chan. Even if it's Fury 10, it's still good. Okay, Pawn 10. I guess he really wanted the Cupin Tanky, which Wheat will most probably deal in with. As dreadful as it is for him. Looks like he realized that he decides to fold. So as long as he keeps folding vigilantly, he shouldn't be dealing in. 6 pin just passed, so he's Genbutsu. The problem is Cupin in that point becomes Suji. But he shouldn't be tracing Suji with that fucking Toito on Roto Kunitsu. Or at least that's what it looks like. Worst case scenario, so Cupin would be the worst out to drop and gets his Toyman. Tenpai for Waifu though. Tanky for Tanyao Dora 2. Plane also no opening for Tanyao Dora. Bertella really wants to win this hand because if he does not win that, even if it goes into Rikuku, that's a hefty penalty for him. Okay, Plane, Ishanten. Bertella drops the door without hesitation. He's very confident in the Cupin for some reason. He does not care about value. He does not care about final weight. He just wants... I mean, he doesn't care about Tau count is what I mean. Because otherwise he would have gotten for the Nobitan earlier. With the 4-mana over the Cupin. So he has, for some reason, he has very big trust in the Cupin. And Plane deals into Waifu. Bertella really did not want that to happen. That's an expensive 3 calls that he just made. Should have gone for the Nobitan. And Waifu on the other hand, very happy he's keeping his dealer turn. It's a way better hand than last time. He just needs to draw into one of the Yakuhais. He has 4 Yakuhais in his hand. Waifu dropping all the honors, and he's actually drawing Tao's just Ishanten now for Ricci. The final weight doesn't look like it will be the best, but Ricci is good enough. We starting with 2 red 5, so he gets to drop them. Can get Menhon as his Yaku, or if not, at least Pinfu. Should be achievable. Actually, nice draw for Waifu now. Gets a bit more value. We should be dropping the 3-4, I think, at this point. Because even if he keeps it at the end, it might be fruited. So might as well go for the Menhon. And that would be a monster Damaten. The problem is with Menhon, most of the time it's going to be Mangan. But it might be worth for the run. Tenpai for waifu. Needs to drop the Dora though. Penchan. Richidora. Wheat will probably go to hard folding because even if he wins this, it's plus 10. But if he doesn't win for the entire Hanchan, it's plus 15. And the issue comes out of him also running a minor as well with a more than a Mangan, so it might not be worth it. Plain deals into the Dewarichi. Again, thankfully for him it's fairly cheap, but that just missed another enchant for waifu. Plain loses first place, goes almost last, and waifu back into the first. He still needs a very good first place though, at least, to make it. But other than that, Plain and Wheat being both in 3rd and 4th is good for him. Let's see if he can keep it up. Okay, nice roll for waifu. He can get Sanshku, Junchan, Dora. He just needs to draw the 9 so. Which there is just one left in the wall. But that would be such a big improvement in value. Junchan Sanshoku is 5 Han improvement just with 1 9 so. He decides to keep the Chun over the Dora for some reason. I don't agree with that. Junchan is better than Chanta. Tenpai anyway, probably Dama until he draws 9 so. Otherwise this hand is not really... It's a difference between Richie Nomi and Richie Junchan Sanshoku. It becomes from 1 hand to Oya Han. But he waits just 1 turn, gets the Suji Trap, reaches. On the Richie Suji Trap I think you can afford to wait 1 more turn to make the Suji Trap less obvious. In any case, Plain draws the last 9 so anyway, so he could not have drawn the improvement. Wheat will probably focus on folding. So will Bratella. Plain is a bit more of a difficult situation, where he should be pushing for folding. But I guess he can fold until his dealer turn, and this is when he needs to push everything. In case, looks like it to be Ryukyu because I don't think anybody is dropping the 8 man. As long as they keep drawing Genbutsu. Ooh, Wit is starting to discard Suji now. He ran out of Genbutsu, surely he won't deal in with the Hote. He does have Kaiten bait if he drops 5 so. For Chitoi. Does he take the Kaiten? If he doesn't, does he discard the correct tile? Yeah, he discards 7. Avoids Kaiten. But also avoids dealing in. Plain, very nice hand. This is his chance to steal Waifu's Dior turn. 2 Yakuhai in hand, 2 Dora. I mean just 1 Yakuhai, but Yakuhai Dora 2. He might even complete it Menzen at this pace. He's drawing good. Already Ryanshan 10, he has so many blocks. That shouldn't be an issue. With drop the Yakadora already, he can get Pinfu or Ipeiko here. Bratewa, Ishant and Do as well. Also a contender to steal Waifu's the other turn. Waifu on the other hand is a bit too far away, like everybody's faster than him, Wheat as well. Progress, he has too many pairs, but he can easily drop the Q-Man pair. Or if he drops 7 man, that's Tenpai for Ipeiko that he can Dama on. Nice draw for plane, that's Tenpai, instantly reaches. Does not wait for the Sha, I mean he has to instantly Richidora 2. Two pins discarded, one in Bertel's hand, and one is a door indicator. I doubt Bertel will be dropping that. But Wheat will now switch to card folding as well. Bertel, Tenpai, Richie. Richidora 5-8, a nightmare situation for Waifu. He needs to push, he needs to make something happen. Looks like he's going for Kaiten, actually. And he believes Pinsu are safe, so that's why he didn't cheat the 7-6 shape. We could get baited to Keita again, the WoW keeps giving it to him. Khan, no Rinshan. No extra Dora, maybe Kandura, but we'll never know because he's going to be Rikiku and no one will win. But Waifu does lose his dealer turn after those 2 reaches. Nothing much he could have done. It's a close fight, everybody under 30,000 points. Wheat needs to drop the Akadora order, and then that he has a nice hand. He can open that actually, even go for Hakudora-san. As long as he keeps it into exactly 4 hands, should be fine. As dealer, that should give him enough points for first. Waifu on the other hand, amazing Kunitsu, quite a bit of acceptance. Nice draw for Wheat. Drops the Haku, looks like he will be greeting for the Pinfu, or maybe even Tanyao. Ooh, and it instantly backfires. He could have had the Haku in his hand, closed. Quite unfortunate. Bertella also opened. Looks like he's risking it again for Nan. He already took quite a big swap from negative gimmick points from opening 3 times. Nice roll for Wheat. Ooh, as dealer, that's a very scary Dama. And Bertella might deal win because he'll need to push his Nan. I mean, he's still waiting on the Nan. Playing Reach is very bad situation for Bertella because he needs to push. Here comes the Nan though. Scary Tao, will Wheat push it? I mean, that's a good enough hand to push. Bertella opens, Tenpai, 6-9, Pinzu. Force also for planes, a lot of Taos left in the wall for both of them. Can Wheat get to Tenpai before either of them wins? He's Ishan 10. Oh, but plane deals in. Bertella wins his Nan, knowing that deal win is actually overall positive for plane because Bertella did cheat for him. But that does put plane in last place. Is his last dealer turn. He needs to make something happen here. He does have a Hatsu pair in his Hypai, 1 Dora. He would probably want to open this hand, but he might just complete it before he even gets a chance to open it. Bertella Dora 2 in Hypai. Wheat, unfortunately, he's not been able to win his Damas, but he still has avoided dealing king at least. So that should be plus 15. And all other negative perks require him to win, so he's been avoiding that as well. Nice draws for Wheat. I mean, again, he's always been getting close to Tenpai, but he hasn't had the chance to complete any of his hands. Very nice draw for Plane. Could maybe end up being Konoru Suanku. And Suanku Tsumo as dealer would be exactly what he needs. He's had a lot of Suanku possibilities in this Hanchan, and the previous one as well, so the world does want to give Suanku to him, but Atewa might be going for Menchin. Even open Chinitsu Doro 2 is good enough for the risk, but he's Ishant and he won't even need to open. Okay, another Anku for Plane. The Suanku is calling. Suanku Ishanten. Let me see. 2 Hatsus in the wall, 1 5-so in the wall, and 6 man is dead. So it is live, Suanku is live. Ideally for him he draws 5-so, and he wasted to moon the Hatsu. Waifu Tenpai, Tanyawa Tuzuke. Whatever happens, Plane is out dropping the 6, so he shouldn't be dealing in at least, and he should be definitely pushing the hand that he has now. But Waifu's Tenpai makes also Plane not be able to call the 6-man. Or even if he calls the Hatsu or the 5, so 6-man Atamahane would go to Waifu anyway. But it's not like Wheat is dealing in, he'll be hard folding. He's avoid dealing in so far, there's only a little bit left. Plane just cannot get it to Tenpai. Actually, Plane might deal in if he gets baited with the 4 or 7 man. Here comes the first Hatsu out of the wall outside of Plane's hand. But they were 1 away from Tenpai Menchin Dora 2. Tenpai Menchin Dora-san! Insane! His weight is dead, but that's a monster hand. Plane could not even get it to Tenpai. He loses his dealer turn just like that. And Barteo in a very good situation. Waifu though needs something big. What looks like Plane is the one that's been given the big hand here. Dora Yon in high pie, good shapes all around. Plane just needs to reach this. I mean, he's drawing towards the Richi. He's already Ryanshanten. Wheat in a very bad spot though. Another 3rd place might not be enough. With Plane and Bertewa being so high up. Both of them hoarding all the Pinzu from each other. Waifu just might win in that case because Plane and Bertewa cannot draw what they need. But Plane is Ishanten now. Waifu Ryanshanten. Plane also gets Tanyao. So he can even open. He does. Tenpai, Ariam, and instant deal win from Bertewa. That's a very bad deal win. Mangan, Tanyao Dorayon. Alright, this is going to be close, I believe. I actually don't know who will make it. I think Bertewa will probably still make it even after that deal win, but let's check. Okay, so before Uma points, Bertel was still in very far first with almost 50 Uma. Playing with second with 17.4 and 13.1 respectively, and Waifu last with minus 9.4. Playing with being randoms as well makes Waifu very much unlikely. But let's see who will prevail between the gimmick battle between Plane and Weed. Okay, so Waifu again ended up in overall negative. Just to add salt to the wound. Bratewa 7 Uma points. And now between Plane and Wheat, Plane has more Uma base of placement. He also got 15 whole gimmick points, plus being a random, that's 20 total. On the other hand, Wheat was able to get total 25, plus being a random, that's 30, pushing him to the next stage, to the semifinals. And that's Wheat and Bratewa making it. Next table starting in around 3 hours and 20 minutes. It will be a 2-cut table, so it will be quite interesting, I think. And hopefully the Reina players wakes up for the quarterfinals at the end. That's about it.